Hey, I think the only thing I can say in Kikuyu fluently is the word ohoro.
Ndogiwa ohoro we mwega. We mwega.
We mwega.
That one.
Yeah, that one I can say.
Ndogiwa getikeka. So unasema hukuona haja ya kuendelea nayo. Masomo tunaambiwa education is key.
Yeah.
Wewe kidogo key.
Mimi key kwangu ni kujijua.
KURIA TV, be a champion.
Hĩndĩ tũrakorire ahũria mbica matarĩ aingĩ mũno. Ahũria mbica arĩa tũronaga arakoragwo arĩ mũhũri wa mbica ũmwe. Na ahũra December, mbica icio ikaraga January, February, March, ikarehwo April. Na no nginya mũkonge ihũrire mbica 36 nigetha ũhote gũkorwo kĩnengerwo mbica yaku. By the way, no tũriganĩrwo nĩ kĩndũ gĩtagwo negative. Wahũrwo mbica nĩ waneo kanyamũ kangĩ getagwo ka negative na ũgakĩreherwo. No rĩu rĩ, thĩinĩ wa 21st century maũndũ mau nĩ macenjetie na ahũria mbica makaingĩha mũno nĩ tũmonaga kũrĩa mĩtambo-inĩ ya ũkinyanĩria. Na twahũria mbica nĩ ahũria mbica na athondeki a tabarĩra cia gũcanjamũra andũ kũrĩa mĩtambo-inĩ ya ũkinyanĩria na gĩthũngũ njiguaga magĩciĩta content creation. Mũthenya ũmũthĩ harĩ mwanake ithuothe tũĩ wĩtagwo Muma Pics. Muma Pics nĩ mũhũri wa mbica na harĩ mũndũ ũranjũragia kaĩ Muma Pics ahũraga o airĩtu arĩa ega mbica. Nĩ egũtwĩra kĩrĩa gĩtũmaga ahũre mbica icio. Na wakuma kũrĩa account ya Kiambu kwao nĩ harĩa Ruiru. No rĩu rĩ ndamũria na Gĩkũyũ rĩ nake agacokia na Gĩthweri tondũ wa Gen Z getha client manyita tondũ client akwa nake ni akwa nĩ akũrĩa Ushago nake nĩ agũkũ town. Muma Pics.
Yes.
Mambo vipi?
Poa sana.
Unaendeleaje?
Niko salama kabisa.
Ndukiri ho wega. Ndukiri ho wega. We mwega?
Kabisa.
Very nice.
Yes.
Wewe wetagwo atia?
Francis Mungai.
Francis Mungai.
Yes.
Francis Mungai umete ko?
Nimetoka pale Ruiru. Grew up in Ruiru, Watalam, Gonjo. Yeah, Kiambu County.
So umelelewa huko Kiambu?
Yes.
So ball mlikuwa mnaenda wapi? Ruiru Stadium ama mlikuwa mnaenda wapi?
Hapo tu Ruiru Stadium.
So ukagrowia Ruiru Town?
Yes.
So unajua wewe wa Gitambaya? Wapi kwingine najua? Prisons.
Yeah.
Kuna hiyo Dev hiyo area. Hiyo area kwenda mpaka
kuna town ya.
Yes.
Yes.
So ukasomea to the same place?
Kusomea primary. Yes. Nilikuwa hapo shule inaitwa 𝓲𝓷𝓽𝓮. Nilikuwa hapo tu Watalam. From nursery to class 8.
Okay.
Yes.
High school ukaenda?
High school I was in 𝓲𝓽𝓮 Boys and Kirimara. Yeah.
All right. So when ulimaliza high school ulifanya course gani?
I did mass communication in JKUAT, but I didn't finish.
Kwa nini?
Nilianza story of photography like when I was still in campus, and then I didn't see a need to finish. So
which year was this?
I dropped out in 2015.
15.
Yes.
So ukiwa year what in school? Year 1 yet?
I had done my diploma and then nilikuwa nataka kwanza degree and then first year ndio nikaacha. Yeah.
So unasema hukuona haja ya kuendelea nayo. Masomo tunaambiwa education is key.
Yeah.
Wewe kidogo key.
Mimi key kwangu ni kujijua. Yeah, I think there is a lot of I do not blame people who think that getting a degree is important to their careers, but Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg want a degree, and you see where they are.
Yes.
So to me, najua what's important ni kujijua, knowing where your strengths are. I have a very low concentration span, so me hata nikikaa kwa class mwalimu ongea 1 hour nitasikiza 15 minutes.
Hizo zingine utakuwa zone yako.
Kwa tu zangu huku napiga tu sinema kwa kichwa.
So ideally ukifanya mass communication, mzazi ulikuwa unapanga kukuwa mtangazaji wa radio.
Sasa nilikuwa nikuwe wewe sasa. I was supposed to be you.
Yes.
Because even in high school nilikuwa kwa journalism club.
Yes.
So I would say I had good journalism skills. Yes. I thought I would end up being a news anchor or a presenter. Nikaenda, you remember this competition in kitchen called The Presenter? Ilienda hapo nikachoma mbaya nikaona hii kitu si yangu.
Ulifanya nini?
When I went for the auditions, nilikuwa nishazoea kusoma news in school nini. So I was very confident when I showed up for the auditions. Na nilikuwa nimeambiwa those guys will ask me a question and then wataniuliza swali, like say a random story, and then I start presenting. So I already had the story in my head.
Yes, uko na script already.
Kuna script, naenda kuua hii kitu. Nilikuwa nimeambia mom, mimi naingia TV, wewe ngoja. Hadi akanipikia mayai hiyo siku asubuhi. Kufika pale, I introduced myself very confidently, and then they were like, okay. So akaniambia, the president just fired 𝓲𝓷𝓽𝓮𝓻, and they hired 𝓲𝓷𝓽𝓮𝓪 as the new interior cabinet, whatever.
Yes.
Now at that point in time, those names I didn't know them.
Yes.
So akaniambia, okay, present. So nikaanza. So the president just fired. Uliza mmesema nini?
𝓲𝓷𝓽𝓮𝓻.
Nikasahau hiyo jina. Kutoka hapo nikakula mdomo.
And that is how you lost the job.
Na hivyo ndio nika lost hiyo auditions. So you know, like when you're young, you can be very dramatic.
Yes.
So I went home, I was like, oh my gosh, this is my career. Hata sasa mbona nasoma? Hey, I will not succeed. And then I was also looking for attachment at that same time.
Yes.
And I couldn't get a radio station or a TV station. And I ended up going to my dad took me to a place who shoots music videos. So when I was there, the guys kumoja akaniambia nipigie pictures behind the scenes. So I took the photos and was like, these are good pictures. So that's when now I started developing an interest for photography. Nikajipata tu nimeingia hivyo.
Yes.
Yeah.
So professionally umeanza kupiga picha wewe kwa sababu tumeanza kukujua vizuri ma 2019. Yeah.
When I dropped out, that's when I would say I started professionally.
Yes.
In 2015. So between 2015 and 2020 was just struggle, you know, working towards owning your first camera, creating a portfolio, to a point where clients can actually trust you with their work.
Yes.
So I can say those 5 years were the hardest in my career. Yeah.
And of course, 2020, COVID kakam. There are no events.
Yeah.
Guys are staying at home, quarantine, what not. Your time ulikuwa aje as a photographer because you were not doing events? Because I remember, because I do a lot of emceeing. That time, all my weddings were cancelled. So how was it for you?
It was a blessing.
COVID.
Yeah, because when COVID came, my studio was still in Ruiru. Nilikuwa nimefungua. I had a 1-bedroom apartment. So the sitting room ndio nilikuwa nimefanya ikuwa studio. So when COVID happened, I was still in that situation. But then now weirdly, you know, wakatuambia quarantine, you know, stay at home. Unajua mtu mwenye amezoea njaa, namwambia akae nyumbani juu ya homa. So me, I just kept working. And most photographers stopped working. So now ikakuwa ni kama ni mimi na shout the most because nilikuwa na tuseme ni kama in a race. Imagine if you're running a marathon na mtu ameanza kukimbia an hour before you. So that's what happened.
Okay.
So I had that advantage, and then everyone was going this way, so me I went this way. So COVID has happened, mimi nikafungua studio wakati watu wanafunga maduka. The advantage was it was a bit cheaper because the landlords were not asking for so much deposit venye huwa anafanya. And then I now started marketing, you know, content, because now people are walikuwa kwa simu sana. So I took advantage of COVID and it helped me. Yeah.
Okay. Na ukiangalia picha zako mostly, watu wanauliza, Muma, picha zake ni hot ladies.
Yes.
So is it that una pick ama wanakuja tu ama ni vile kazi kwa mzuri?
Tuseme zote, all circumstances are leading to that, because for one, the range of my work is very wide. But naweza sema, like, some people think I don't do events. I do a lot of events. I do a lot of weddings. All those things. But now I had to look at my Instagram, strength yake iko wapi. My audience haijazoea post wedding, so that's probably why utapata I don't put a lot of work there. And then I have a very huge following, so utapata most of my clients, especially the high-end ones, they don't want to be posted, which is understandable. So you can do a very high-profile wedding, atake kupostiwa kwa page.
Yes.
They are private.
Yes.
You can do a very high-profile family shoot, they don't want to be posted. It's private and it's understandable.
Yes.
So you see, by nature, those who benefit from me posting them, it's the ladies who, who are working on Instagram, usually for their businesses. Yes. Most of them are influencers, all that. So that's why utapata my page. Generally, that is what you'll mainly find.
Yes.
Yeah.
So working ama kufanya kazi na models, working with different people from all walks of life. Imekuaje kwako? So is it you wewe tu ndio unafanya kazi hapa ama uko na photographers wengine?
I have a team.
Yes.
Initially when I started I was alone, but then kutoka 2020, especially when my business boomed. Okay, actually I'd started working with my brother in 2019. But now when business boomed, it was now mainly me and my brother. Ika boom tena like 2021. So this is also like a hard lesson I learned as an entrepreneur. Sometimes you're not prepared for how big your business can be.
Yes.
So ikafika mahali, I was usually delivering pictures in 3 days. Kazi imekuwa mingi, now I'm taking 2 weeks. Complaints zikaanza kuwa mingi, so I had to find solution. And it's not easy because at that point in time, I usually preferred to train as I hire. But pia, as I go, nime learn sasa kuchange. Now, I'm actually hiring people who are already well equipped.
Yes.
Who isn't that process. So I have a team of, I have 2 photographers, 2 editors, social media manager, and generally we have a manager who runs the business. Yeah.
Na sasa recently tumeona ni kama slowly by slowly ni kama unaingia content kidogo kidogo. Na content ulipiganga juzi ilikuwa inakaa ni kama ni show ama ni ka TV show. So are you into umeingia kwa content ama ilikuwa tu advert hiyo time?
When I started, the purpose was to market my business, but I've always had a passion for the acting industry, and one of my long-term goals is to end up in that side of the industry.
Yes.
Be it acting or producing. Sana producing. So tuseme tu, it was a happy coincidence. That, doing content helps me market my business, and it's also something I enjoy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, ni challenges gani ulikuwa nazo ukianza biashara apart from now workload kukua mob, kukosa wasa kufanya kazi, kuhama kwa sababu ulikuwa on the other part of Nairobi.
Yeah.
That is Kiambu County. Now you are in Nairobi and so to speak Westlands.
Yeah.
How was it transition kutoka Ushago kuja Nairobi?
Naweza sema the biggest problem we have in Kenya starting businesses is getting capital.
Yes.
And I had not done any business courses, so someone to teach me that loans are, unajua ukigrow you're told loans are bad. But someone to teach me that loans are good, it's something I actually learned from my grandmother. Kwa sababu I remember I used to try and get somewhere, maybe mtu anaweza nipatia pesa ninunua my first camera, someone from the family. My grandmother was very adamant, she wouldn't let me do that. And then she made me join a circle. And then now from that circle, after saving, akanisaidia being my guarantor, nikaweza kuchukua my first loan. So that's now how I learned, like, building a business inahitaji a lot of patience. Unfortunately, I would really advocate more for circles than banks. Banks, I think, are good if your business is stable.
Yes.
But for starting out circles, because the interest rates are so high. So when I imagine like a camera goes for 250 Gs, that's just one camera. Now you can imagine setting up an entire studio. So it has been learning how to be patient, saving, taking loans, paying them back, taking again. Like it's just a slow process, but it's worth it, yeah, at the end of the day.
Yeah. So what is the biggest lesson umesoma kwa biashara?
Kwa biashara? Customer service is very important. Yeah.
Customer is still key.
Customer is king, and learning how to let go. Kwa sababu initially I thought I could do all these things. You know, when I started, I was the photographer, editor, social media,
receptionist,
kila kitu,
marketer,
zote. Yes. And unajua ni ile uko na hiyo uchungu ya hutaki kuachilia. But letting go and assigning people who are better than me. Yes. That has been my biggest lesson. I got an editor who is better than me. I get I try to look for photographers who are better than me.
Yes.
If I get someone to do social media and also the receptionist, someone who is better at PR than me. All those things as a whole zinafanya your business improve. Yeah.
So in the current situation, kila mtu amenunua iPhone 16, 15 Pro Max, 14.
Yeah.
Kila mtu amekuwa journalist, number 1. Kila mtu amekuwa photographer, number 2. Number 3, kila mtu amekuwa mjuaji juu ya YouTube na nini.
Yeah.
So mtu anakuja hapa unamwambia picha ni 3K, ama 20 anamwambia ai. So how do you deal with those?
Imagine, weirdly, you see, once you're in the industry long enough, you can put yourself in a position where by the time mtu akufikie already huyo mtu anajua value yako. So I am not in the business of trying to convince you that I'm valuable. When you show up here, you already know my value. And ni kama nini, everyone knows how to cook, but you still hire a chef. So hata watoe simu zinakaje, I can take better pictures with your phone than you can with your own phone because I'm a professional. That's what I do. And even mimi nikitaka picha, I'll still go to another photographer. So I don't see them as a threat. I see them as they just help the industry evolve. Because now, because of technology, it's easier to do these things. It's easier to edit. It's easier to deliver pictures. Like kama nakumbuka nikianza ndio nifanye photoshoot, nafanya photoshoot, nimehire camera, I go borrow a laptop to edit. Sa hizo nets hazikuwa, so niende hadi cyber, ndio nitume picha, like you can see all these things. But now with your phone, like I can even go to an event while shooting, the pictures zinaingia kwa simu yangu, juu kuna clients wanataka zikiwa raw, and then I airdrop them the photos and I go home. So you see, it's an advantage.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you said customer service is the most important aspect in a business.
Yeah.
Now, if you are to advise an upcoming photographer, amemaliza high school, ameingia NIBS, anapiga diploma yake, ameingia multimedia, matangaza or whatever, advice yako kwa young people, rather upcoming photographers?
I would say, first of all, trust yourself. If I had listened to all the noise around me, I would not be where I am. Because your parents may mean well. They may be right on some things.
Yes.
Because initially when I started this, except my mom, my dad, the others, they did not understand what I was doing. Hawakuwa wanaelewa, nashangaa huyu mzee anafanya nini.
Unachukua kamera unapiga picha, unalipwa hao. Unaenda kwa ofisi ukafanya kazi.
Unataka kuwa mtu wa picha. You know, those are their words.
Yes.
So they don't understand how this is going to, mtoto amepeleka university, hii ndio kazi unataka kuanza kufanya. So you will find they may have good advice.
Yes.
But some of it they may not understand because they are not born from this era. So they don't know. So trust yourself. It's okay to fail. I have failed on numerous occasions, and those failures ndio zimenisaidia niweze ku build this business because now I know better. And make sure you're the hardest working person in the room. That's another thing that really helped me. There was a point in time I could literally bet with anyone, there is no photographer in town working harder than I am. And I knew I couldn't be the best. There are so many talented photographers.
Yes.
But you won't beat me at working.
Yes.
That one, ilifika point mtu alikuwa ananiuliza kwa nini Muma pekee ana shoot town? Because I was always working Monday to Monday. Now I'm learning to work smarter than harder, but I feel it was still necessary for me to do that at that point in time.
Yes.
Yeah.
So wacha to discuss mambo ya content.
Yeah.
Na umesema later on in life you might either be an actor or you're going to be a producer.
Yeah.
So what do you think about content generally? What is your feel? What is your take about it?
Content is, I think, one of the most unpredictable industries that is currently happening right now.
Yes.
You can't for sure say where content will be in 2027 because what content was in 2017 is not what it is now.
Yes.
So it's this beast that keeps evolving. And I think if you be lucky enough or smart enough to be able to be at the forefront of any change that happens, you'll stand to do well in life. Yeah.
Okay. So going forward, so umesema unapiganga weddings,
Yeah.
unapiganga ma events. So ofisi yako iko wapi? Watu wakutafute wapi? Una trainingi vijana wenye wanakama ama mtu akuja hapa kama ako sawa?
So tuko based in Westlands, Viking House, where 𝓲𝓷𝓽𝓮 is. Bookings you can do them mainly through our Instagram. Our contacts are there. Also, we have a Facebook page. In terms, there are times I usually have classes, but at the moment I'm not. Right now I'm not currently hiring. I have a very solid team.
Yes.
But in case I do, I usually post. When I post to, I'm looking for someone in all that. Yeah.
So what is the future of young people in business, that is entrepreneurship, in terms of content creation? What do you foresee?
Honestly, what I think is most important, I think young people should focus on politics because I've come to understand how important politics is in shaping how businesses are run in the country.
Yes.
Because I used to hear Kibaki's time was good, nini, because that time I was still in school. But now when you ask about why exactly do you say Kibaki's time was good? And then they tell you about how the interest rates were affordable, how he intentionally made moves to make the economy stronger. And it's so bad that the previous regime, it's like it was working hard to undo what he did, which is sad.
Yes.
And because now the youth are empowered, there's a lot of civic education happening. I feel as much as you're focusing on building your business, let's change the regime in the next elections.
Yes.
Change all of it so that we bring on people who make laws, who make conditions that are conducive to do business. Because when you were growing up, you knew that being lazy means you won't survive.
Yes.
Kenyans are not lazy. Kenyans are very hardworking. But now hard work is not enough because now you may be working hard, but the conditions, they are not supporting your hard work. Now imagine if we had a government that supports these hardworking Kenyans. As a country, we'll be very far.
Yes.
And since these young creators, the youth, they are the future of our country, change that and I think businesses will just thrive.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Tume appreciate sana.
Karibu.
So sweta kwate?
Kezia Nyambura.
Hali ya Ruiru.
Ako pale Ruiru.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Ni tukoda kuigwa ukimugeithia na Gikuyu oneka no uririkane uragufundithĩtie.
Hey. I think the only thing I can say in Kikuyu fluently is the word ohoro.
Ndogiwa ohoro we mwega. We mwega.
We mwega.
That one.
Yeah, that one I can say.
Ndogiwa getinge getitikeka.
Ate?
Getinge getitikeka. Getigeka.
Getigeka.
Kikuyu imewalemea sana.
I hope one day I learn it. Yes.
It's a good you're able to communicate. So you akoroka mahali ama kaigua wega. Ndio itiri marakara kama igua mundu wetagwa Mungai na ndangenya. But anyway, pia environment yako ni different. Pale Ruiru, so it's a cosmopolitan area.
Yeah.
Twacokia ngatho muno na nitũgũikara tukĩroraga. We urenda kũmenya maũndũ ma photography, roraga Muma pics ukona mbica marĩa post haria. Na igua nĩ akoragwo na irathi, we ikaraga mũrũmĩrĩri ũguo nigetha akorwo na ka master class wagĩũka na ũgathoma. Mbeũ njĩthĩ bũrũri witũ wa Kenya wĩna thĩna wa kwandĩkana mawĩra kana unemployment. Aroraga ngona tũrũgamĩire at 68-70%. Ũguo rĩ wĩna ga kamera gaku, wĩna ka laptop gaku, uhote kuhura mbica na kuedit, ndũngĩaga cia kũrĩa, ndũngĩaga kũgũra karatu kega, ndũngĩaga gũikara wega, na twĩtume o toguo twerwo wĩra wa urute wĩra na kĩo. Hard work pays. Ũgĩe na mahinda mega. Njĩtagwo 𝓲𝓷𝓽𝓮𝓻𝓪𝓬𝓽.
𝓲𝓷𝓽𝓮𝓻 TV, be a champion.